Today's lesson is we're setting up a little still life. You know, you can set up any diorama or any still life you like, and I wanted to show you what I was doing. I have just a box and a book for the right height. I put white or black, but white paper, I have white paper behind it. I took the black away so that you can concentrate on what you're trying to draw. My light source is off this way, it's off to the side, and you can see it's a little to the front by the way the shadow goes. So you play with your light source, you play with all the elements till it's what you like, because this is your kingdom. Okay, so I am ready to draw. So I'm doing it very lightly with pencil to start, because we are going to do this with some color. And the pencil and the markers that I use kind of make it smoochy. Okay, so I'm just doing a very careful little outline. I'm trying to keep it looking broccoli-ish. So what I'm doing is all the little parts of it, like the heads or clumps, I am keeping as... Oh, there's my studio ant. I am keeping it as simple as I can. But I am also designating, now we want it this wide, I'm going with the width, I'm going with the bottom. You know, if it looks like broccoli, I'll be thrilled. If it doesn't, it'll still be interesting and nice. We're not going for perfection here, we're going for enjoyment and putting a smile on our face. Okay, I like that. Now we're going to do the little guy, which is a bit harder. So I'm hoping I'm going to start small. He's quite small, so I'm looking at him for a minute first, which is always important. And I want him a little bit in front of it, so I'm starting him low. Little hat. Now I'm not doing this ultra specifically. I am going to be copying all this, drawing over this with a marker or a pen, any black line. It matters. It doesn't make any difference what your black line is. Okay, now the gun goes out here like this. This arm comes like this. The jacket comes here. Oops, let's make the jacket here. Okay, now this hand, the little tiny details like that little hand, what makes things recognizable to people. Okay, now we're going to erase our pencil when we're done, so we don't have to worry. The shirt comes here, it's tucked in. You want to try and recognize what little element is what people are going to look at. You know, people, it doesn't matter if they can draw, they know what things look like, so if they don't look right, they know it. They couldn't tell you why, but they know it. So there are certain little things that you want to try, like the angle of this foot comes forward a little like this. Okay, this leg is stretching it out like that. Okay, like this. Poor little guy's determined, that ant. Okay, maybe we should name this ant. Okay, he's got legs are a little short. I think they're too short. Let's make them a little bit longer. Okay, so I stood back, or sat back in my chair, looked at it, and you have to look at it objectively. See what you want to change. Little stretch marks. Okay, all right, and the gun, and then we're going to ink him in. Okay, now I am using a uni pen, any pen, a ballpoint will work, it doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm doing my outline. A little funny, you know, it is broccoli, so it's got lots of little bubbles all over whatever you want to call them. Beads of broccoli. Okay, but where it hits the stem, I'm making sure it's a little, and I'm also rechecking my source as I do this, because I can refine it with this. Look, you might want to do a serious pen and ink or pen drawing when we're done with this, but I just want it to be an enthusiastic and delightful drawing. That's my goal. I'm blackening in where it's really black, because that is what gives it, you know, purpose, gives it intent of a drawing and gives it 3 dimensions. Okay, here's my little, there's one little spare thing here that I really liked. That's why I picked this particular stalk of broccoli. You know, that took me about 10 minutes to figure out which piece of broccoli I wanted. You know, you can be as cautious as you want, as careful as you want, or not. You know, you could do it, give yourself a task, see if you can do this in 3 minutes. Quick drawing, you learn a lot from doing it quickly. We're doing something in the middle. It's certainly not labored over by any stretch, but it's certainly not 3 minutes either. Okay, that's good for this. For now, we're going to come back and detail it. Now the hat is a little tricky. There we go. Nice, I like that. It's got a little dent here. Scarf is there. That hand, these fingers are here. They're a little fat, but this pen I'm using has a kind of thick point, so it's a little difficult. Make that real dark in here. Make it look like a boot. You can change what you want along the way and, you know, refine it or whatever, enhance it. This one, it's a little tricky for me to do that because there's so much information. Okay, the gun, it's in a little holster. There we go. Now, let's go back and detail the tree a little bit. Shading, I'm shading it by little lines. Okay, solid, not as solid. Change my angle slightly, and even less solid, like that. And you get a shadow. Okay, now my light is over here. So that's in shadow. This is really, now I'm shading, this one's behind that one, so I'm giving that a big edge. This is behind this. I'm giving this a big edge, like this, okay, like that. And I'm going to shade all of these. First I'm going to shade around them, okay, like this. And then I'm going to shade the bottom of them a little bit, like this. Okay, we also need, now I'm going under this because this is way dark in here. This is way dark in here. Okay, dark in here, like this. Okay, like that. This is dark here, like that. This is just kind of picking out what's going to give it the look I want. We also want, I'm going to do this for the little, you know, broccoli is all kinds of little tiny beads, it looks like. So I'm just doing something busy to give that effect. I'm not drawing and shading each bead, would take 6 months, which some would be beautiful, but you know, to me it's a little more boring than this. This is more, for me, more interesting. It's okay, there. Now the guy, let's see, under the hat it's shaded, under the arm, under this whole inside is quite dark, like that. Let's get the gun. It should be straight. My hand's not getting a real straight line right here. There, that's better. There, like that. Now the pants, he's got stretch marks and stretch marks here, and it's shaded on this side. Shaded. I'm doing a little bit of a simplistic shade on this guy because he's tiny. This arm, it's shaded here and lightens up. This is shaded under here like that. And this is in shadow. Okay, I think we're going to leave it. Now, we want a horizon. Okay, I didn't draw it in with the pencil, so I'll try and do a tidy job with the now, what would he be shooting? How about a balloon? Now, we don't want to draw, I want something that'll make you smile, that's unexpected. You know, I mean, we could do an animal, we could do a person, but that's icky. So I'm going to have him shooting a balloon, because that, I think that's funny. Okay, but now we don't want the balloon like this. He's vertical, this is vertical, so let's do the balloon, and we don't want it the same distance. Off on the edge, do a big balloon like this. Little thing here with a little string going off the page. Now, okay, now we're going to do a little bit of our coloring. So broccoli is green. Now first let's erase our lines. I mean, we don't have to be compulsive about it, but it cleans it up quite a bit. Okay, there we go. Now start with the green of the darker edge. Okay, and I'm doing this very much like you do the drawing. I'm doing it quickly. I'm not coloring every bit of it in because I don't want to. It's just the suggestion. I'm doing the suggestion of color. You can do, you could turn it into a still life masterpiece. You could color every inch of it, but that's not what I'm about. So now I'm going to lighten that up a little. I'm just using markers because they're fun, they're vivid, and I like them. Okay, there we go. Now there's one area I want to darken. You'll also see things, once you do this, you'll see areas that you want to change, up a little. This will bring up elements that, there you go. Like this area here, I want to darken. It didn't resolve. Just tiny little thing will resolve it nicely. Here, resolve it a little better. And you can always come back in. Put a little green on that. That other thing is, there we go. Okay, good. It's a little more, a little more yellow at the top here. Keep it consistent. Okay, good. Now, the guy is pink, so we're going to do a little tiny bit of pink. Something about a pink cowboy I think is pretty hysterical. So I'm just going to pretty much, out of the lines there. I never was good at drawing in the lines as a kid. Okay, we'll figure that out. Put a little white out on it. Okay, like this. Okay, now we're going to do a little tiny shadow. Oh, I don't have anything to shadow that, really. I don't think we'll shadow that. I think we're going to use the pen and shade that up a little. Okay, like this. A darker color would be nice. I just don't seem to have one. There, let's leave him like that. And let's do the balloon orange, just to, why not? Ooh, that's vivid. Wow, didn't realize it was so strong. That's okay. All right, and then we're going to, horrible color. Then we're going to, I'm so used to doing it from that side. We're shading the balloon on this side. Sorry, guys. There. Okay. Using lines. If you don't like it, add more lines. Or you can always start over. Okay. I think let's do the boots black. Oh, and we need one more thing. We need their shadows. So I like shadows in blue. So this guy, we're going to do his shadow like this. The shadow is here, like this. And here, the shadow, we're going to make it like this. We're sort of guessing at this. Oops, I maybe smeared it there. Okay. All right, good. Now we're done.